Welcome to Old Bird Gaming. My name is Tu, and I am the Old Bird, and I'm gonna tell you just before we even start this is an experiment. It's a complete experiment on my part, because my channel is still fairly new. I mean, yeah, it's been there for 10 years, and I've released videos now and then, but as a career, as a job, I've only really been releasing one video a day since January. And that's when it became really real to me. And so I'm still feeling out who I am as a game commentator and as a YouTuber. I still am trying to find a balance. I'm trying to find me, and I'm trying to find you guys. And I want to do something a little bit different with this series. Even if you guys like it, you may not. But even if you guys like it, it's not something I'll do all the time. But one of the reasons I'm doing it is to find out if you do indeed enjoy this. I don't know if you will or not. Anyway, here's my idea. Let me start this up. Oh, yeah, I guess we're starting at the beginning. I have played this game before, a long time ago.
Dear Esther.
There we go.
The gulls do not land here anymore. I've noticed that this year they seem to shun the place. Maybe it's the depletion of the fishing stock driving them away. Perhaps it's me. When he first landed here, Donnelly wrote that the herds were sickly, and their shepherds the lowest of the miserable classes that populate these Hebridean islands. 300 years later, even they have departed.
Alright. And here we are. This game is, I'm gonna be honest, it's a walking simulator. There's no action, there's no weapons. You can look at things, and other than that, you just walk around this island and you're told a story. And the reason I'm playing this is because I want to try and see what happens if I focus less on the game, on the environment somewhat, but just talk about real things. My real feelings, my real experiences. Maybe you guys can get involved and give me some ideas, some things that maybe you guys have experienced before. I don't know if that is going to be a thing that I enjoy or that you enjoy, but doing YouTube, especially as a gamer, is a lot more complicated than it seems. You have to focus so much on what you're doing, so many things at once. Playing the game, you know, paying attention to the game, commenting on the game, all at the same time. And this, for once, I just want to see what happens if I have a neutral environment and just talk. I don't know if that's something you guys are going to enjoy at all, but you're going to hear a lot about my philosophies and probably my life in this game as I'm playing it. It's also one thing that struck me about this game is how beautiful it is. I mean, I guess it's beautiful in a way because I'm not actually there. If I was standing like right here, right now, it would be kind of scary. I don't know if I'd want to be here. But since it's a game, that's one beautiful thing that I love about games. Oh, I have a flashlight. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to use a toilet in there. At least there's a heater in here. Keep you warm while you're sitting on that mess. One thing I love about games is that they can bring you to places and you can do things in them that you would never normally do. I mean, and like I said, this is not a scary game. It's not a jump scary game. There's nothing here. It's just environment. And I like to look at environment like this, especially in this game, and just wonder what happened here. I mean, there's some book, something Bride and Historian. I can't really read that. Oh, but look at it all. Oh, this should be the tower up here, right? Oh, look at that. That is so awesome. There are some creepy sounds. Now, I wouldn't want to be in here for, like, true and honest for very long at all, because this looks dangerous to me. Yeah, you do start seeing things like this, by the way, too. Paint cans. I've never, in my life, actually been to a place like this. I've never been to... Whoa. Oh, I ducked. I guess that was automatic. What's in here? More paint. Well, at least they had hot water. And paint. Loads of hot water, loads of paint. I've never been to a place like this. I mean, I've been to a beach before. But I've never been to a small island where, a not very populated island. Never been to a small place like this, and it I don't know how I'd feel about it. I think it would be kind of scary, because in some ways I'm afraid of the ocean. I'm afraid of it. It's too big. I don't know if that makes any sense. The idea that something can be so big that it just scares you. I mean, I know it's just water, but I guess it's the idea that it's such a large, inhospitable environment for life, at least for human life, that, I don't know, it seems like if the ocean just wanted to swallow us all up one day, it just could. Oh yeah. These are some crab traps, it looks like. I know what crab traps are. Seen those before. I can't remember if there's anything to collect in this game. I think there might be things that you can look at and read, maybe? I forgot. Hey, I wonder, sometimes I wonder, and these are secret, I don't actually say them, maybe I should more often, while I'm playing games usually, is, you know, in between when I'm making the dank memes and trying to be funny, which I love to try to be funny. Sometimes I don't succeed at it, but I love to try at least. And sometimes in between those moments, I wonder where people are watching me from. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna have people in larger cities. Anybody out there in Dallas watching right now? Chicago? Los Angeles? Probably. But I wonder sometimes if there's not some people out there in some remote area that looks almost like this, that's watching me on their computer screens and just, I don't know, just living their lives, enjoying what I'm doing, hopefully. Can I, ooh, now I don't know, this doesn't look like a place I can go over. Oh, but I was wrong. Okay. Yeah, there's no fall damage.
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later.
Wow.
The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
Oh, so this is this the cave they're talking about? Oh, look at it. Now, why doesn't my flashlight turn on in here? Oh. Oh, and there's no... Can't get out this end. Wow, though. Huh. My, when I was growing up in Arkansas, there was a place called Devil's Den State Park. And they had caves. Not like this, it's just a place where they had a bunch of caves. Some of them were very expensive. And me and my brother would go. We knew those caves so well. We crawled through those things. They weren't. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh dear. I'm gonna have to go all the way back up there. No! Why, game, do you forsake me? There's no jumping in this game, by the way. No jumping at all. Maybe I should have gone to the end of this. Is there anything over here? I mean, I just stopped about here at the crab traps and didn't go any further. But maybe there's something back here. I don't know. But yeah, we used to climb through those caves, and there was no lighting. It wasn't like Carlsbad Caverns. There was no lighting and no guides or anything like that. You just went in the caves and clambered around inside there with flashlights.
Those islands in the distance, I'm sure, are nothing more than relics of another time. Sleeping giants, somnambulist gods laid down for a final dreaming. I wash the sand from my lips and grip my wrist ever more tightly. My shaking arms will not support my fading diaries.
Huh. I do love the dialogue, the monologue. There's no dialogue. Dialogue is when two people are talking. Monologue is when only one person is talking, and it doesn't look like there's anything around here. Oh wait, I did see a stairway up that way. So I'm gonna keep that in mind, but looks like there's more around here than I thought there was. Very monolithic type rocks around here. So tomorrow, for those of you who did not know, I don't know if I ever found this. Oh, I know what that is. That's that's the golden spiral, isn't it? It's a mathematical. I'm not going to be able to describe it. It's mathematical description of it. It completely repeats itself all the time. I think that's what it is. Kind of looks like it. Yeah, but tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and hope everybody is looking forward to that. Looking forward to a day off work, and of course, all of the noms.
I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
Yeah. So looking forward to the noms. I always preferred to cook a ham, and I like to actually do the cooking for Thanksgiving. I really do. And I like to cook usually I cook it's a brandy and peach glazed ham with this wonderful, the glaze is so good, and it's got mustard seeds in it. It's a really tasty thing to have. I have found that as I get older, I appreciate food more. And I don't know why that is. I used to, when I was younger, it was pizza, burgers, and I loved them. I really did, but, and I still do. But I find as I get older, my tastes have expanded. It's like, I want to try more diverse foods. And I love more diverse foods. And, Thanksgiving is just, it's a very happy time for me. How I am not an old fat man right now, I don't know, because I honestly should be. Well, maybe it's because I do have a variety of different foods, and I don't just eat meat. In fact, sometimes I'll go a week without even realizing that I've just eaten vegetarian the entire week. So that happens sometimes, just automatically. I don't even notice it, really. I don't even think about it. It's this. Wow. This whole thing right here. Right now. this almost reminds me of my life right now. And what I mean by that is that the direction, the path I've gone off onto lately, oh goodness, with doing YouTube, making videos for entertainment, it's like this. It's this huge, open, unexplored area, and in a very big way, it scares me. I don't know what direction it's going to go. I don't know what direction to go sometimes. I do the best I can, but you never know what turn things are going to take. And it reminds me kind of this sort of unpredictability, this, the way the ocean is entirely unbridled and untamed and unpredictable, and the only thing you can do is you can just steer it. When you're on a ship on the ocean, you can just steer the best you
book had
can.
not been taken out from the library since 1974. I decided it would never be missed as I slipped it under my coat and avoided the librarian's gaze on the way out. If the subject matter is obscure, the writer's literary style is even more so. It is not the text of a stable or trustworthy reporter. Perhaps it is fitting that my only companion in these last days should be a stolen book written by a dying man.
Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, but like I was saying, it is frightening. Sometimes, to me, a lot of people don't know that about me. Even when I was getting up on stage, doing live comedy performances and making videos or making rants, every time before I do them, I'm afraid. I'm frightened. I'm nervous, and I want to do good, and I want to do the right thing, but I don't always know if that's the way it's going to work. And so I just have to do what I do and hope that people can connect with it.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath.
Oh.
You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection. Wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Huh. Yeah, there's those lines on the cliff too. Wow. It's a interesting world they've made up here. I don't know if any of this stuff that he's saying actually relates to a real place somewhere or not. I don't know how much of this may have been taken from some actual place. But either way, along those lines of thought, ooh, I do hope that what I've done over the years has in some way given some people hope, some people inspiration.
I quote directly, a motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most godforsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles.
Huh.
Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
Well, who knows? But, yeah, I do hope that what I've done is given some people hope or inspiration or some amusement at times, a few new thoughts here and there. all I can do is hope. Because it, you know, when I think about it, and I don't often think about it, my whole life at this point, up to age 45, has been trying to be an entertainer. Whether it was music or comedy or writing. And now, video making. I'm hoping that I've done something good that people can look back on and go, yeah, that was pretty cool. That they want to take part in and they want to see, oh. But, that's why I'm so scared every time I do something where I'm not sure, is because I don't know. I don't know if it's people are going to like it or if they're going to relate to it or not. Is there no way I can, I think I could probably fall off there, but I think I'll take the path. Because why not? And the other reason that I'm making this is because I am currently in Seattle. I'm staying with a friend for Thanksgiving. And I recorded this before I left, obviously. And I wanted to do something relaxing and a little bit different. I don't even know if I'm gonna finish this game officially. But I'm gonna make a few more episodes of this. So that when I come back, I can see what you guys think about it. If you guys like this, then do click the like. And if you don't like it, then please tell me, nah, it's not really for me. Because I want to know what you guys like. If you guys like this kind of game commentary or not. If you do, then I'll do it. I'll do it sometimes. I'll do it more sometimes. If not, I'll probably back off from it and go, okay, that was maybe a little bit too much reality, you know, for a video game video. I don't know. But just let me know what you think of it. And if you click the like if you liked it, comment please, subscribe to my face, as always, and we will meet again in the next emanation. Until then.